Hello, how are you guys doing? It is Synolve, and so welcome into my home, welcome into my office, my beauty room, my closet. Welcome. I have a message from Spirit, and I would say that I really am excited to share this with you. I really didn't want to share it. I tried to run from it. If you know, you know. Welcome, chosen ones. I'm Synolve, and it's so good to have you here with me. No matter what time you are watching this, just know that I love you and I bless you, because I know how difficult the road of being chosen can be. So, Spirit was talking to me today because I was feeling a bit lonely today, and longing for family and wishing things could be different. And Spirit began to talk to me and say that there are seasons and times when you, as a chosen one, will go through a season where you're isolated, where you're called to be apart. You're called apart. You're called to go through a season of worship, study, praise, adoration, a time and a season where you are journaling or you're writing and you're developing, creating, innovating. And during those times of seasons, it can feel very much like a lonely season, when in reality, what you're going through is a pouring season. It's an outpouring of the Spirit and the Most High, the universe, your higher self, pouring words, information, knowledge, wisdom into you. And so embrace it. Embrace this time of year, when it's the holidays, or it's, this joyful season, and you're seeing all of the advertisements and pictures of happy and joyous families and family gatherings and people coming together and hugging and loving each other and smiling and toasting and cheering and celebrating. And maybe you're alone. That can happen for a number of reasons. Maybe the chosen ones generally, from time to time, can go through a lot of different family issues or harsh family situations. You can find yourself being very pushed away by family for whatever reason, for whether it had been an abusive situation or neglect, whatever the case may have been. And so you find yourselves sometimes alone, or that may not even be the case. It may just be because you're chosen. You may have felt this as a child, that you don't fit in. You just don't fit in. You don't fit into the conversations. You don't fit into all of the things that they're doing. It may not be that family or friends or coworkers or whatever are doing anything bad. It's just the holiness within you, the call within your life, right? The godliness, the connection to Spirit, the connection to your higher self just doesn't allow you to put yourself in certain situations. So it kind of distances you, right? It distances you from other people and sets you apart. And they can see this anointing and call on your life. Let me grab my tea, y'all. So, so they can see this, sense this. It's called an anointing on your life. This is really warm. I've had this on the tea warmer. So I got from Amazon. I love this little warmer. It's so nice. And it even has this amazing little phone charger right here, so I can charge my phone. Oh, wow. It keeps my tea warm. I'm not really a coffee drinker, but I love tea, so yes. All right, guys. I found this on Amazon, so, and along with my spoons. But yeah, I love this. And I love these spoons that I got from Amazon. I'm having a bit of gut issues. I'm always working on my gut health. So I made some tea. I'll put up the recipe. I'll put up the whole me making the tea. How about that? And it's got a bit of chamomile in it, so it's got a lot of chamomile in it. Tea and honey, so we ain't gonna be together long. You got to worry because she tired. She's going, if I drink this whole thing with chamomile, as much chamomile as I put in it to help flush out my gut, clean up my gut, clean up my system, and just doing what Spirit is saying do, I ain't gonna be woke on. So don't worry about it. Grab you some tea, okay, if you haven't already. And it's, you know, it's this season and time when Spirit is talking to you, shedding light with you. For example, I've been going through these issues with my skin, and with gut issues. I've had with my skin for over a year, but with my gut health, I've had issues with my gut health since I was a child. I do kind of know where some of that nervousness, like a nervous stomach, some people call it leaky gut, IBS, GERD, all of this. I'm on a GERD diet. So GERD. So I have to be careful what I eat, what I consume, what I allow into my body. And by the same token, you have to be very careful as a chosen one, what you allow in your aura, in your space, the people, right, that you allow in your space, the people that you allow to be around you and to pour into you or just associate with you. Because this is a season and time when Spirit is really pouring out, right? His pouring out spirit, more anointing and blessings and wisdom and information out into those who are chosen. And so it may seem like you're going through a season, maybe of brokenness, of isolation, or people are rejecting you or pushing you away. So this goes into why, you know, it feels like sometimes you're being rejected or pushed away or neglected or not included, right? This time, excuse me, is a time. And when I was talking about the tea, this is an example. Spirit began to give me this tea blend. It began to speak to me, and herbs will begin to speak to me and tell me and give me their secrets. And so Hubby and I grow herbs, we grow a garden. And so Spirit began to just talk to me, give me wisdom. But I can only get that wisdom when I'm by myself, when I'm alone, when I'm meditating, when I'm talking with Spirit, spending time with Spirit, right? So me out on the street gallivanting and being around having a bunch of friends and family and having all that stuff just wouldn't work for me. I have a beautiful husband and 2 lovely children. You see what I'm saying? And they love me, right? And I love them. But sometimes I don't really have a lot of extended family, for a lot of different reasons, right? And maybe we can go into my personal story, but I just don't have a lot of personal. My mom has passed away. My father has passed away. That, you know, so I didn't really grow up with my other brothers and sisters. I was there for bouts and seasons, but my mother went on to marry after I was born, and so after my mom and stepdad divorced, my brother and sisters went to live with my stepdad. Okay, so I'm in Mississippi, they're somewhere else. You know, we didn't really see each other, so we didn't get to really create that bond. Now I do have a really strong bond with one sibling because we were together probably the longest and the most. But it is what it is. That is good. Oh, but I've learned to embrace these moments and times of being pulled apart because I've become accustomed to it. When Spirit begins to say, I need you to rest, I need you to come on. You know, years ago when the street lights would come on, I'm gonna date myself, and you had to be in for the street lights come on. Spirit does that with me. Street lights are about to come on. Stuff's about to happen. I need you to come on in. Well, I know the other children are out and they can play, but you're chosen. You're called. I need you to come on in. And so I had to learn, even though it bruised my spirit, it kind of pricked my soul a little, that I was chosen, that I was different, that I wasn't like everyone else. And so I had to have this special time with Spirit. And you are the same. As a chosen one, there will be times where it may feel like others are rejecting you. When Co-workers don't include you. Family members you don't get invited to the party. You don't get invited to the family barbecue. You may be looked over or passed over, right? You may not be allowed to be a part of all the gatherings and the things. One, they don't want you to see all the dirt stuff they doing. You are because you are chosen. You are chosen, and you cannot be around all of these different energies and spirits and foolishness and recklessness and demons and demonic spirits. You just can't. And so the Spirit calls you, right? Calls you as its own. Spirit calls you to come in and to spend time with Spirit. And so this time of the year may seem extremely lonely. The holiday seasons can be extremely lonely. Sometimes it can be very even depressing. And you have to go in and honor the Spirit that is within you. Honor the Spirit that called you. Honor the Most High that is always with you. The universe, your higher self that will never leave you alone. And you have to trust your intuition when you hear Spirit calling you out of things, away from people, maybe even jobs, whatever the case may be. Recognize your intuition. Recognize and hear the voice of Spirit and your intuition, your higher self, the universe, the Most High speaking to you. And come out. Come out from among them. Come out. And don't be afraid to be alone. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. This is the message for this season. Do not be afraid. Honor the Spirit that is within you. As a chosen one, honor the Spirit and the gift and the anointing that is on you. For it is great. It is great. It is great. It is amazing. It is powerful. And so though in those times when you're feeling lonely, embrace Spirit even more. Hug Spirit even tighter. Pull Spirit even closer to you. Go into your meditation, your journaling, your time of listening, your time of prayer, meditation, silence, whatever the case may be that works best for you. Song, music really works for me. And embrace Spirit. Know that you're chosen. Know that this is happening because you are chosen, because you do have a gift, and because you cannot do everything, be in everything. You can't associate with everything, right? You can't be everywhere, right? With everybody. It's just the truth. It just is what it is. And so there are going to be those seasons where it feels like you're being torn apart, stripped away from everything that you thought you knew, from family members that you thought you knew, you thought were on your side and would always be there for you. Suddenly they disappeared. They vamped on you, right? Like they ran up out of there like it was like some cockroaches. You just turned the lights on. It is what it is. And so in those seasons and times, trust yourself, trust Spirit to guide you through it, knowing that it was Spirit that brought you to it. If Spirit brought you to it, if the universe, higher self brought you to it, then Spirit will bring you through it. And so just embrace this season as a chosen one, this time. And there may always be some bouts of isolation or pulling you away, pulling you out. Throughout history and time, there have been people and characters that we've seen who have archetypes even, who have been pulled away, right? Pulled away out to go into a wilderness season, to go into a season where it's just them and Spirit is teaching, and Spirit is pouring out wisdom and information and knowledge. Get you a recorder, get you a phone and tape yourself. Write it down. Write it down. Write all the information down. You're creating, you are innovating, right? You're creating. This is a very creative time, an innovative time where you are being called to flow and to prosper. And so use this time wisely. I have decided, rather than the tears and the why me and why don't I have friends and loads of friends. I'm a friendly person, nice person. Why do I have loads of family members and all of that? Why can't I be a part of these big family gatherings? And why does it feel like sometimes I am shunned or, not included? And what I realized is Spirit called me to walk in a certain way, to walk in a certain gift. And my gift just doesn't allow me, it's like mixing water and oil. It just doesn't allow me to be in all places. And people sometimes really don't want you there because, like I said, they don't want you to see all the nitty gritty and the dirty, right? And because from a child, they have seen the gift in you. And so they've seen that you're chosen, that you're called apart and set apart for something higher. And so they're not always happy, right? As happy for you as you may want them to be or need them to be. But what you have that no one else has, right? What you have that only Spirit can give is an anointing and call on your life. And so in this season, when it feels lonely or it feels painful even, or hurtful or lonely, Spirit's message is clear. You are not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. You are called. You are called. You are called for such a time as this. You are called. And so with that anointing comes responsibility. And so you're responsible for learning and hearing Spirit, for taking this time of refreshing and anointing and this time where Spirit is pouring into you to speak, right? To speak, to learn and to speak, to be silent and to speak, to know the difference when it's your time to be silent, when it's your time to speak, when it's your time to create, right? Because you're in this vortex with Spirit. You're in this cocoon, this tornado effect, but you're in the eye of the tornado, right? The eye of the storm. And Spirit is holding you, right? And pouring into you and teaching you. And it's your time to learn. It's your time to grow. It's your time to create all of the products, whatever they may be, to innovate. Because the world is waiting on you to change it. You can't change it unless you are coming into Spirit. You can't put those amazing products or open that amazing business or heal the world or put healing products like tea out into the world without Spirit's wisdom. And you cannot get that wisdom. You cannot get that wisdom unless you take the moment and the time to spend it with the Most High. And so if you won't do it yourself, if you won't come out from among them and you won't do it yourself, Spirit will do it. Spirit will call you out and bring you into a season where you are just only allowed to spend time with Spirit, with your heavenly hosts, right? Right? And to learn. This is so good. To learn and to sit with Spirit and to be quiet and to be silent and to create. We're co-creating with Spirit all of the time. We are always co-creating with Spirit. And so, but there are those seasons when, honey, baby, you, sir, chosen one, you, sweet baby girl, right? when you are called king and queen, when you are called chosen, and all you can do, the most you can do, is to sit with spirit, because this is the time the spirit, this is the time, spirit's talking and talking, this is the time when you are called to create, and you are called to come in the house because the street lights are on, right? And you're being called to sit with spirit, and to sup with spirit, right? To sit with spirit and to listen and to learn and to grow. Yes, it's a time of change because you're changing, and that's why other people really can't they can't always deal with you, because you're changing. Your mindset is changing, the way you do things, right? Your focus is changing. So now get real focused and concentrate on spirit. I know we have to work, I know we have to eat, I know we got to take a shower, I know we got to do all those things, but as much as you can, use your time wisely where you're being called in, and take the time to listen to everything that spirit is saying and to create, because this is the season where you're being called to really do something amazing, to create something amazing that the world has not seen. All right, guys, you're being called. Spirit's still talking. You're being called to heal, but you have to heal yourself first. You have to go in first. You're being called to heal, right? To heal others, to be a healer for others, right? To heal the world. You're being called to that, and so that healing first takes place within. And so take this moment, take this time to allow spirit to pour into you and to refresh you and to surround you like a cocoon. Go into the vortex, go into the infinite field with spirit and the Most High. Hear spirit calling you to come into the God zone, the God realm, to come to the throne, right? To come and sit with spirit, with your higher self, right? With the universe, and allow the universe to pour out all of its wisdom and all of its knowledge and all of its love and all of its goodness, all of its prosperity on you. All right. I love you guys. I sat down. I didn't even put my mic on. But I hope you were able to hear me. And I hope that you value this time. That you value this time more than ever. This time where you're not at the family barbecue, you're not sitting at the family table, you're not out with friends celebrating, because you don't know on the other end what's going to happen when spirit calls you in. When spirit calls you in, you don't know, you have no idea what spirit is rescuing you from, keeping you out of, protecting you. So come on in. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Come on in to spirit and allow spirit to have this moment of time to pour into you and to let you know that you belong to spirit. You belong to the Most High. You belong to the universe. You belong to your higher self. You belong to your heavenly host, right? To the angels and all of creation. And that you are chosen for an amazing purpose. And so this is the time when you listen. This is the season where you put that seed in the ground, where that seed is being buried in you. All right? All right. I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. I wouldn't be here at 10:03 p.m. 10:03 p.m. recording a video for you guys. But I barely have I'm so tired. But I'm learning to be obedient, and when Spirit speaks, for me to speak and to share. And that's hard for me for a lot of different reasons. One, I never wanted to be in the spotlight. I always like being behind, right, the scenes, pushing other people forward. So here I am, right, being obedient and sharing what I hear and sharing what I've been told, what Spirit is sharing with me. All right, you're not alone, because I'm going through this too, right? I'm going through it too. All right, but I love you. I love you so much. And just know that you are not alone. All right, guys, I'm going to see you in another video. My chosen, beloved, beautiful souls, amazing people, precious gems, family, kings and queens. I love you guys so much. And I'm going to see you in another video real soon. This is Synolve signing off. Bye-bye, guys.